I don't have a military background. My father did. I've entered into OLIS a vote explanation that has multiple points on it. It does talk about in there that having a double standard is untenable for our active service military, that on base have one set of rules and at home they have a different set of rules. And so I agree with my colleague that that particular situation is not one that I agree with, and it could have been fixed in a very simple amendment that was not allowed. But colleagues, I'm here to talk to you today about another set of population in Oregonians, and if you look at the proposed fiscal impact for this legislation, you will find on that page that is in OLIS that it disproportionately disadvantaged some of our most disadvantaged Oregonians. In a political mover to keep this bill from going through Ways and Means and to cover the $5.48 million cost over the next couple of bienniums, it was decided that the caseload programs and general funds needed to backfill the tax reduction that we're doing here today for Oregonians. How are we doing that? We are taking the remaining programs, including ODOT, elderly, disabled special transportation programs. We are taking OHA non-medical or non-Medicaid community mental health programs, and we are taking away the OHA public health programs related to tobacco prevention and cessation. And what are we doing with those programs? We are reducing or eliminating those programs. Are we going to provide a van for the disabled person that needs that transportation, that can't get their wheelchair down the road or on the bus, or maybe they're rural and they don't have a bus? I fought for those that are disabled that will be disenfranchised by this legislation just a small amount of dollars when we know that there is a single bump in our master tobacco settlement of $50 million this biennium. Additional money, $50 million. I fought with the proponents of this bill to just get a couple of $1 million to keep that elderly ODOT transportation. All of us someday will not be able to have a driver's license. Maybe we can afford to drive somebody, have somebody drive us. Some of us with disabilities will never be able to get a driver's license. We will never qualify in our whole life to get a driver's license. Those people will be impacted by this bill because we didn't have the courtesy to retain the funding to keep this bill from going through Ways and Means. I adamantly oppose this bill because it disenfranchises those small populations that don't have 100 lobbyists that can come down here and fight for themselves. I will stand for that population. I think that the public health benefits through education is better than through citation. I urge your no vote.